So welcome to day 6 of our 2022 preparatory retreat. And of course, today we're looking at significance and dominance key number 11. And I want us to look at the 5 levels of visibility. The 5 levels of visibility. I've always fondly said that no matter how good you are, no matter how much success you desire, if nobody knows you, you will die a very talented and skillful person. If you are not visible, where people who need to consume or people who desire the kind of contribution that you are bringing to the table where they can see you, you are going to struggle in life for so long, for so long. So it is critical that for any young professional, you have to master the art of visibility. There is no way you're going to win without understanding the art of visibility. It's going to hurt your career so bad if you don't understand the art of visibility. Young professionals working in the corporate world, employees, to entrepreneurs, to successful executives already, this is critical. And the first step for you to understanding the art of visibility is to know where you are. Is to know where you are and to understand where you are so you know how you can transition from one level to another. So let's proceed and look at the first level of visibility. The first level of visibility is what we call the resident experts. The resident experts. Level 1 of visibility. This is when you are recognized as an expert by just some clients around you, your staff, your colleagues around you, and just people around you like family and all of that, right? That means when they say you are in the level 1 of visibility, it means that you are not well known outside your immediate environment or your current firm, right? Your external influence is minimal. So you're just known within people you work with. You are just known by your family, by your friends, and that is it. And you're really an expert, but you're just known by these few people. You're what they call a resident expert. That is level 1. And in this level 1, everybody starts from this level 1. There's nobody who starts the journey of success or visibility or professionalism and they skip and they're in level 5. Nobody does that. Nobody's born to do that. Everybody always starts from level 1. So here, for you to transition from level 1 to level 2, one of the critical things that you have to do is make sure that people around you know what you do first. You need to be good at it. Make sure that your staff and colleagues, people around you, be like staff, colleagues, friends, and all of that, they know what you do. And what else we want people to do here is that craft a message of who you are and what you want to represent and send to them. You can send them a normal message. Thank God for WhatsApp message now. Send it to them one-on-one. Let them know, hey, as a colleague, this is what I'm doing right now. This is my professional career. These are my current expertise. This is what I can do for you and people that you know. Or if you hear somebody needs this kind of service, this is the person you can connect. You need to saturate your colleagues and your family members and your immediate people around you to know that this is what you do. So the question I have for you is, based on your immediate network right now, based on your immediate surrounding right now, everybody who knows you and who you know, can they categorically say this is what you do and this is the kind of value that you can create? Can they categorically say that? If not, then you are not qualified to leave level 1. And you may think that you're in level 2 or level 3. You are not. You are still in level 1 if your immediate surroundings don't know what you do. Okay? Follow this carefully. The second level of visibility, which is almost linked to level 1, is what you can call the local heroes. Local heroes. These are people that, you know, they have grown to the level where you can call them a local champion. They are known in their local market or in the small industry niche, right? These individual experts' reputations have moved beyond the boundaries of the 5F of the F. That means firms, friends, and family. That means you are able to occasionally attract new business from outside your area, from beyond your friends and family. You're able to influence their network. That means your friends know what you do. Your family members' friends know what they do. The friends of the family know what they do. The friends of your colleagues know what you do. You're a local hero. People in your church, they know what they do. You're a local hero. People in your Njangi group or small group, wherever you go in the quarters, know what to do. People in your immediate quarter, your immediate surroundings know what to do. Then you're in the level 2 of visibility. And you need to know where you are in 2022 so that you begin to take actions in the right directions to advance your growth. Most people are still at the local hero stage, where they have passed level 1, like their colleagues, co-workers, their friends, and their family members know what they do. And this is also one challenge. If you are doing something and you are ashamed, you are afraid to communicate to your friends and family because of criticisms and what they will say, then you may never pass level 1 and you may never pass level 2. Your job is to communicate, and whatever they have the right to say whatever they say. But your job is to make sure that their visibility is powerful in that immediate environment. Then level 2, your job is to win your immediate local community. Win the church where you are. Win the Njangi groups where you go. Win the small gatherings in your quarter. I remember one time in Kumbwa, I used to go and I share flyers in beer parlors around, because people gather there. I go and share flyers there, and people are gonna see. I'll go to church and share, stand at the door. Like in Kumbu, every church, there's no church in Kumbu I've not been there. I will stand at the door and share flyers at the door when the church has closed. That is how you become a local hero. Until you're a local hero, you may never experience any other stage of visibility. I was asking somebody the other day, in your quarter right now, she was complaining that she's not having sales. So I asked her a simple question: can you confidently tell me that 1,000 people, or at least 400 households in your quarter right now know what you do? And she said no. So then who do you want to buy from you, really? You want to sit in your quarter and sell in the United States when people in your immediate quarter don't even know what you do? No. What about buying? Do they even know? Are they informed of what you do? Okay, sorry about that. My internet. I forgot to reactivate my internet. I worked the whole night, so I forgot to reactivate. Can you all get me clearly?
Yes, sir.
It's still not clear? Is it clear now? Okay.
It's breaking a little bit, but it's not bad.
Okay, it's going to balance, I guess, because maybe I just increased
a bit better.
Okay. All right. I hope it's better as we continue. Okay. So That is it. So you need to, and this is where I always encourage a lot of entrepreneurs. If you really want, I always say, one of my biggest blessings in building a stable career was that I gradually conquered the market. When you see many entrepreneurs that and that's one disadvantage of Facebook, because we now live in a generation whereby you can, Facebook now makes people to skip level 1 and level 2, actually. And at the end, they are not sustainable and they crash. Because since with Facebook, with just 100 megabyte, you can design a flyer and boom, you send out there and then you're everywhere. And in their mind, they compare that to success and they're not making sales. They have likes, but money is not coming in. Right? I'm sure you can, it can happen to many of you. You feel you feel as if the likes and the or maybe the I don't know, the kind of attention you have online, you feel as if that is already money, for example. And at the end, when you launch things and then nobody's paying for it, you're like, what's happening? I thought I got attention, right? So the real visibility is the influence you can command offline. Trust me, very powerful. Okay. As I was saying, one of the best things that I think happened to my career was that I didn't know about this level of visibilities at the time, but I'm happy that I grew one step at a time. Okay, so um, so one of the things that you can do is to ensure that you have conquered each level. You have conquered each level as you grow. Okay, let's proceed. Level number 3. Level 3 of visibility that you need to pay attention to in 2022 is the rising stars. The rising stars. You are considered to be a rising star in your visibility journey when your reputation or your brand leadership is at a regional stage. What does that mean? It means that, for example, anybody who is based in, let's say if you are based in the Northwest region right now, your reputation is beyond Bamenda. If they mention your name in Kumbu, people know you. They mention your name in Kambe, people know you. They mention your name in Boyo division, people know you, right? You are the regional stage. You are known and celebrated as a professional, or as an expert or an industry thought leader at that particular stage. If you are based in Yaoundé, it means that you command a certain level of reputation all over the city of Yaoundé and beyond, right to the whole central region. That is why I thought this, I was having a conversation, no, not a conversation, the Business Forum Award yesterday when I was speaking, and somebody said that we have very few real celebrities in various industries. If you pick out celebrities, that's why you see guys are very popular on Facebook, but when you organize an event, they cannot pull a crowd of 100 people. Because it's just that superficial visibility that they have, right? So here, when you're in level 3, you are becoming widely known as an influencer or as a thought leader, and you have entered the level whereby you can attract new business and you can even command a higher fee based on the growth of your influence. Like you have grown that in a way that, let's say you are based in Douala, there's no place you enter in Douala that nobody knows you. Now, one of the best ways to win at this stage is for you to make sure that any important platform that has authority in your region, you need to make sure you get on that platform. It could be a TV program. There are local TVs that are popular in cities and many people in that city watch that TV more than any other television, for example. Like there are television stations that are just popular just in Douala City. Like in Boya, there are television stations that are just popular just in the Southwest region. If you're in Boya and you want to, let's say in the Southwest region, and you want to gain that rising star level 3 visibility, you can try to be like on High TV, try to be like on those local televisions in Boya that people follow a lot. You get a point? You can get on a local newspaper that people read a lot in Boya. You can get on a local radio station or radio show that is popular in the region in that particular area. Intentionally do that so that you are able to cement your level 3 visibility as a rising star. And this is one of the most important levels of visibility in your career journey. Very critical. If you miss out on this level, you may struggle in level 4 for a very long time before you win in level 4. There are many people that think that they are already national, like national stars. Meanwhile, they are not, because they feel that the kind of following they have on Facebook or social media handles, they now feel as if they have made it. Meanwhile, if you take away that particular platform, they have no visibility at all, which is very dangerous. And that is why I always like to say, the value, the visibility that you have online that you cannot transfer offline has a very big problem. It's broken visibility. It's broken visibility. So have you entered the rising star? Can you categorically say that the business that you do, the career, the professional that you are, can you categorically say that in your region, in that major city where you are based, you are known? The brand is growing tremendously. Can you categorically say that the top journalists in that city, when they're looking for experts, they can mention your name? Or when any important event in your sector is happening, they can mention your name because they recognize the influence that you command or the authority that you command. What is your level of visibility when it comes to being a rising star? Are you confident that as you enter 2022, you are at this level, or you can do the right thing to be at this particular level? Are we there? Good, let's proceed. Level 4 visibility is what is called the industry rock stars. The industry rock stars. Who is an industry rock star? This is that person that is now nationally recognized within their industry. Then you're an industry rock star. In your sector, you are nationally recognized in your industry. Let's say you're in fashion. When it comes to the fashion sector, you are nationally recognized in that sector. You command national influence in that sector. You command influential, you command opportunities. You are sought after as a professional. You are sought after as a keynote speaker at major industry events. And here you are often quoted in the press. You can hear somebody talking on TV and they say, oh, like this person always say. They're quoting you for saying that. They quote you, a journalist quote you in their write-ups, in their newspapers, economic news, whatever news, they quote you. Magazine, they quote you. They're doing a TV news or radio news, they quote you of something that happened, that you said or that you did. That is you being an industry rock star. And for you to be an industry rock star, trust me, it's going to take you 6 to 7 years if you're a hard worker. If you know what you're doing, you can take. There are people that have been 20 years and nobody knows them nationally. They are just highest level 3. They are just regional superstar. Some people, 15 years, they are still local heroes. They're still level 2. Don't you know people like that around you? They are there. It's not because they don't want to be industry rock stars. They don't know how to become industry rock stars. And one of the best ways for you to become an industry rock star is for you to create value and try to distribute that value in nationally, or create value and try to conquer it city by city or conquer core cities. Then it can make you an industry rock star or a national thought leader, influential personality in your industry. Like, for example, if you want to become an industry rock star in Cameroon, if you can do something that can go viral in Yaoundé, go viral in Douala, go viral in Boya, these three cities alone have the capacity to stretch your name across every other region. Yes, that capacity. So what can you do? What kind of value can you create that can influence people to actually come to you or recognize you as the industry rock star? But remember, you need to have an industry first. That's why I always say one of the very important decisions that you have to make for you to become successful or have the right visibility. Are you very clear of the industry you want to lead? You can never succeed in many industries, never. Stop being in every industry. Maximum is 3, maximum. But trust me, in those 3, there's one that you are top in it. The rest 2 will be struggling because industries are huge. Industries are huge. So, but you need to become an industry rock star in 1, 2, you can manage other 2. So when it comes to a particular, which industry do you want to be recognized as a celebrated industry rock star for the rest of your life? Choose an industry and begin to win in it. That's your responsibility. So here, for you to win and stay in this industry rock star level 4, make sure that you are creating value that meets national standards. This is beyond making noise on Facebook. This is beyond saying that you are good. This is practical realities. The value you are creating, can it be recognized nationally? Number 2, can the value you have created, is it so impactful that a national television can desire to interview you? A national newspaper, a national conference organizer can look for you and say, I need you on this platform. Then you are rocking industry rock stars, level 4. You need to intentionally invest in winning in level 4. Social media is not enough for you to claim you are you are non-nationally. No. Because the truth is that the way some people even use social media, especially Facebook, where that's where many of us are, majority of your Facebook are your friends, family, and family members, and classmates, and so on. So ironically, when you use Facebook, the way many are even using Facebook, you are only known in level 1, actually. The way many of you use Facebook, although you may have in your mind and feel as if you are everywhere. No, you are everywhere among friends, family, and colleagues, majority. So indirectly, you're still in level 1. Or you make posts and only friends and family comment and like and say, oh, you're doing well, you're doing well. Yes, you're doing well locally. But because I'm just saying because many young people now feel as if when they're able to get 10, 20 likes, 100 likes, all of that, they feel as if they have arrived. I've made it big. I'm a CEO and all of that, which is not it. It's not it. It takes more than that. Sometimes to be an industry rock star, you have to move city to city and organize events. Or market your services. Then that's an industry rock star. You have just done work, you have just organized event just in Yaoundé, and then you are raising your shoulders that you are this, you are that. And maybe you're organizing your own day and only people around you came. That's good, very good. That is you conquering your local level 2. But you need to continuously step up intentionally and get more people from around the region to attend and celebrate and recognize you and endorse you at that level. So for you to win in level 4, you need to, the first condition, create value that is needed nationally. If you work in a company as an employee and your company has branches across the country or across some towns, create value that can prompt you to become a resource person to other branches across the town, across the country. That is you being an industry rock star. Number 2, find platforms that can project the national value you have the ability to create. It could be national newspapers. It could be national business magazines. It could be national TV shows. Like in Cameroon, if you really want to become you want to rate yourself that you are an industry rock star, your works, maybe let's say for those who are doing work that can go public, your works should have been on CRTV, should have been on Equinox, should have been on STV, and should have been on Canal Day. Worst case scenario, these are national houses, national media houses. Should have been on the Guardian Post newspaper, should have been on Cameroon Tribune, should have been on the Post newspaper. You should have been a keynote speaker or a panelist or a speaker in any national event in your industry. Then those are some of the things that you can do, or you need to start doing, or if you have done them, can make you to be recognized as a national expert or the industry rock star. Now, that's why there are some people that desire, okay, I want to start commanding this kind of fees or this kind of payment. You desire that national fee payment structure, for example, but meanwhile, you don't command, your brand leadership is not at that level. And you begin to feel bad or depressed that, I'm not making the money I should be making. Okay, true, you want to make that kind of money, but do you command the visibility that can command you to make that kind of money? Are we there? Okay. So you need to do that. The next level of visibility is what you can call the global superstars. Level 5 of visibility, the global superstar. This is the last stage of visibility that you can see. This stage of visibility is critical, and this stage is not that cheap to come, even for the last stage. Being a national level 4 or industry rock star, it can take you 10 to 15 years, for some people even 20 years. So remember, respect the place of time and chance. Don't be too one thing that social media has done is that it has reduced the waiting span or the hard work span of many young people, of many people. It has given superficial influence. So respect the place of time. Respect the place of time. It is very critical in that journey, in the work that you do as a person. So these individuals, that means the global superstars, these individuals' visibility and reputation for thought leadership have developed beyond their niche and industry. You are now on a global stage. A global organization recognizes you for your influence and thought leadership and expertise. A global platform recognizes you. Global experts and global leaders recognizes you. Global TV shows want to interview you. Global opportunities are knocking at your door. Then you are at level 5 visibility. And one thing I know about being a global superstar is that before you get there, you have to be a national superstar. When you're an industry rock star or a national superstar or a national influencer in your industry, your way to becoming a global superstar is becoming very cheaply if you remain in the right path and do the right things that you are supposed to do. Okay? So here, and being a global superstar, let me warn you about something. You don't wait. Yes, opportunities may come, but you have to intentionally make sure that you are doing things that can qualify you to get on the global stage. And one of those things that one of my mentees came one time saying to me, so I want to travel like you and speak like you internationally. I asked him a simple question. Do you have global knowledge and global skills that the international scene requires? If you have it, then let's go. And then guess what this gentleman, that was a good dream and good ambitions, yes. But he had never spoken in more than 2 events in his own hometown. You see? So many people right now, there's a lot of talk about global, I am global, I am this, a lot of comments on Facebook, global, executive, all of that. Yes, it's good, those things are good. But are you a local champion already? Are you known? Have you conquered your town? Have you conquered your city? Have you conquered your church? Have you conquered your immediate friends and family? Have you conquered your region? Have you conquered your country? Then it's easier for you to conquer the global stage. And the best way for you to become a global superstar is for you to create value that the global stage requires. As simple as that. Do you have the intelligence and the wisdom to start talking about global issues in your industry? Can you comment about global issues authoritatively with an expert point of view without blinking and being confident that what you are saying, if they broadcast on BBC, they broadcast on CNN, they broadcast on SABC, they broadcast on whatever international platform, you are cool with it. You are not afraid that you're going to mess up. Then you can say a global superstar. One of my major goals for this year was to increase my global influence. Was to increase my global influence. That's why I intentionally made sure that the effect of that Dubai event on my global career is beyond what many people can see with their eyes. Way, way beyond. I wish there was a way I could explain, but it's way, way beyond that. The establishment of my professionalism or of my expertise globally has changed drastically. So there are some actions you have to take intentionally for you to actually win globally. Positioning, but the most important one that is going to win for you globally in the global stage in level 5 is can you create global value? Can you create value that can serve the global stage? If they put you on an international platform with participants from 50 countries and above and all continents represented, can you communicate in a way that everybody from all continents are going to understand you and believe in the value that you are sharing? Have you done local, have you done national work that other people can look at you from other countries and say, I need this person on my platform in my own country because they are champions in their own country? That is a way to being a global superstar. Have you mastered the art of communicating your value or distributing your value on channels that or on distribution of channels that can qualify you to be celebrated and recognized as a global superstar? Have you done that? Can you do that? But again, for you to win here, you have to win from level 1 to level 4. You just have to win. Just living, sitting and it's first of all hard. It's rare for you to just leave your father's house and boom, you're a global superstar before you start conquering and coming back. It's rare to see that. And many people who even try to do that, they end up crashing, they end up embarrassing themselves because when the global platform is open, they are surprised. They are overwhelmed. It's not what they expected. They mess up, maybe they can speak the wrong grammar on a global television. They can speak the wrong thing because they're shaky, they're overwhelmed. They can even get depressed because of the too much exposure that they are not used to. So based on these 5 levels of visibility as a professional, I have a question for you. Where are you? And what will you do in 2022 to move to conquer that level first? Remember, you need to conquer each level first before you push to move to the next level. Because how you conquer the next level will contribute, your present level will contribute to how you move to the next level. When you conquer level 3 easily and effectively, your ability to transition to level 4 of becoming an industry rock star becomes very easy and very cheap. And when you conquer level 4, your ability to conquer level 5 becomes very easy too. The framework becomes easy for you. So where are you? What are you doing to conquer that level? And what are you doing to move to the next level? That is how you're going to win. If you enter 2022 and you are not conscious of taking actions that can move you from one level to another, or that can enable you to conquer each level and then you move, at the end of the year, after 5 years, after 10 years, you are not careful, you'll be in the right spot. Meanwhile, you're talented and you're gifted. Or after 10 years, your transition to different levels will be very slow because you're even just doing guesswork. Like for many people, before this teaching, you didn't even know all of these things about these levels. So anything you are doing, you are just doing guesswork. When I understood this, I was very intentional. I have been very intentional in the last since 2017, especially. If you track my growth strategy, you understand that there are things I was doing intentionally to conquer particular levels. And I've seen it work. And it's sustainable. It's sustainable. And one advice I have for you, don't use social media as your primary distribution model for you to win in levels and move to a different level. Don't use that, especially if you're in Cameroon and other African countries. Social media penetration, internet penetration is not yet that popular and that powerful that you can use and leverage only on it to claim that you are visible. There are some of you who are popular on social media, but there's somebody who is not popular on social media who makes more money and has more power than you in the industry because they put in the offline work. People know them like practically on the streets, they know them in that particular sector, in that particular area. Now, that is real visibility. Social media visibility should just be a plus, should be an addition. It should not be a primary model yet. Where are you? What will you do in 2022 from January to conquer the level where you are? If you're in level 1, you're in level 2, you're in level 3, wherever you are. What is your action plan? For those that are working on their 12-month growth plan, visibility should be one of your core action plans, one of your core growth plans for the year. What are you doing to conquer the level where you are? And start with awareness. Are you aware which level you are right now? Then number 2, what are you going to do to conquer that level very well? Number 3, what are you going to do to transition from that level now to the next level? That is how you are going to win as a professional. Okay? Good. So, questions about 5 levels of visibility? Were you challenged? Were you pushed forward? Do you know what to do? Questions? I want to take questions particularly first. Then we can go to comments about what I've shared. Who has a questions about the question about visibility? Raise up your hand. Yes, Mr. Omaro, go ahead.
Regarding this level, could it be possible for somebody to function or operate in his industry, organization, or company without having account to this level?
Without?
And be successful, without having a knowledge for these levels and yet be successful?
Yes, actually. Now, see, there is one thing for you not to have knowledge, and you are doing things by guesswork. You are just working hard. You are just working hard, and you're doing stuff, and you end up being there. There are many guys who have been national industry rock stars and even global stars without this plan. But the point is, how many people end up like that? You get a point? But there are many people that they may not call it exactly like this, but they understand that, you know what, I think I know people who do that. I know people who have they don't it's not coded in good English like this, for example, but they know that in their mind, you know, I need to make sure I build a good name in my town. I need to make sure I build a good name here and I build a good name here. They're intentionally conscious that this is what they have to do for them to consistently advance in their journey. You get a point? So there is that unconscious, they don't know how to communicate it or how to say it, but they have it in their mindset. It's the same like education. You said, okay, you know what? I think I need to get an advanced level. After that, I get HND, I get degree, I get masters, I get this. Maybe nobody's even advising you to do that, but you have that in your mindset that that's what you have to do. But the point is that it can happen unconsciously, but you cannot skip a stage. You're going to grow one stage after another, even unconsciously, and you're going to get there. Yes. Brenda, go ahead.
Okay, good morning. I wanted to ask how one can manage when you skip a stage, because I feel like I've skipped stage, I think stage 3, and I don't know how to manage the stage 4. I find myself on the newspaper, but how does that, how can I manage that? Like, I think I need to come back to my local hero.
Yes. Now,
like,
and that's one thing. Yes, that's one thing. You found yourself on the newspaper because of another platform that is more national than you, right? That is what happened.
Yeah.
And the impact of your newspaper featuring may not be like somebody who had conquered the local market. Do you know that? Like, for example, I remember the first time I appeared on TV, on CRTV, in 2016 or 15. Oh, when I got back to Kumu, everyone would say, oh, I saw you on CRTV, I saw you on CRTV, I saw you on CRTV, right? And if I had gone to CRTV and nobody knew me in Kumu, actually it would mean nothing. It would not affect my brand at all. But being on CRTV, when people have been seeing me around, doing the work I've been trying to do, being on local radio stations and going to churches, it skyrocketed the brand to another level. But for like in your case, if you notice that your brand has grown in the minds of your friends and family members who know what to do. You know that just we've been on newspaper. But your brand has not grown in your town or in your region. Can you say that what happened?
Yes, only people that are like my direct customers.
Good.
Went back and they were so amazed about it. But
excellent.
Yes.
So if that's the same way that, and that's why I said when you skip one level, the impact on the next level will not be very significant. But when you have conquered one level after another, the impact of a new level always cements you to another level. Like it just works like it's as if it's magic. It's a magical something happening. It's there's a force that pushes you now to another level in terms of success, in terms of influence, in terms of even asking for services and charging for it and all of that. And the only way, the good news is you can always go back and take actions to conquer that level of visibility that you missed out. That's what I can tell you to do. You can do that. You can take steps back and conquer that. You can make sure that you can go on local radio stations, you can organize a local event, you can see a local events happening, you can opt to speak for free in that event, and use that to establish that level of visibility for that particular level, because you need it. Trust me, you need it. When you have the next level visibility and you skip a stage, the impact of that visibility is not significant. Like if you left as level 2 and you go to level 3 and something happens in level 3, the impact on level 2 is so mind-blowing. And it increases the impact of your level 3. Okay? So go back, take actions that can enable you to conquer the other levels that you think you skip, and then you can use what has happened in you being a level 3 or level 4 and amplify the work that you want to do for you to conquer the levels that you have skipped. It will be very important for you.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Okay, if there's no question, therefore, it means that number 1, everybody knows which level where they are. Number 2, you know what you're going to do right now to conquer the level where you are. And number 3, you know what you're going to do to transition to the next level. That's the meaning, sitting quiet, that's what it implies. Yes, Durant.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Sir, I'm actually very confused now, sir. Like, I think I am in level 2. And then, sir, going to in this level, it requires us to like maybe organize local events where we talk about the things that we do. So now I am in healthcare. And then I'm wondering, like, if I have to maybe start organizing events to talk, to speak, so I just provide health services. Like, I don't have a particular speaking niche, sir. Is it? Like, because from what I understand, it's like, in order to go through all these stages, you need maybe you need to be a speaker in a particular, you need to have a particular speaking niche, sir. But then I provide just health services, and to me it's kind of, sir, I'm not really.
First of all, health services, no, but look at all the experts that you know, all the role models you have in healthcare. Are they speaking on everything in healthcare?
No, sir.
So healthcare is not, healthcare is your industry. What is the niche in that industry that you want to dominate in? And of course, it must not be, there are people who are still global superstars and national industry leaders, and they are not speakers. They are highly sought after consultants. Their papers or the things they have written, contents of books and all of that is influencing nationally, and they are known as experts and professionals in that sector when they're not even speakers. You understand? But of course, one sign of you being visible is that you're going to speak, whether you like it or not. You'll be invited to share your experience, you'll be invited to influence and all of that. So you need to pick a niche in the healthcare. Yes, you can be a gifted nurse, a professional nurse that you can do a lot of things, you can treat malaria and many other things. But you also need to be known for something that you command industry visibility is attached to something that makes you different and makes you valuable. There are people like that. There's a lady who is traveling here and there. I think it's Mercy. She specializes on non-communicable diseases. That's her work. And now she works with the United Nations, works with the African Union, and that's why she started in Bamenda just like that. So there are many things that you have to pick and specialize in as far as your sector is concerned. It could be public health, it could be elementary health care, it could be viruses, I don't know, like HIV and AIDS, it could be malaria in rural areas, it could be whatever. You've got to pick something and begin to take action in a way that people and take action to grow from one level to another. Because one thing about visibility also is that when you are good in level 2, other platforms start inviting you in level 2 because they connect with you. When you are good in level 3, other platforms that are also around level 3, they'll start attracting you to them, and you start going to them to talk and to share and to inspire and to coach and to do whatever. When you're in level 4, it's the same thing, but you have to command that authority and that respect in each level. Understood?
Yes, sir. Thank
That's
you
what I
so
always
much.
say. I always say that if you're a professional in anything and you don't have documents attached to your name, you don't have research papers, for example, you don't write content, you don't write some things, even at your level 1, what kind of expertise can your colleagues read from you and recognize that no, this person is gifted at this thing? What do you even share anything in your family WhatsApp group that makes them see that, oh, this is what our brother or sister is up to? Many of you don't even do that. You don't even advise generally your family members or your friends even. You see? So that is it for you, Durant, and then you continuously rise in that process.
Thank you, sir.
Good. Yes, Mr. Omari, your hand is up. Is it a question or it's just an error?
Yeah, no?
Yes.
Yeah, a question based on the previous speaker.
Yes.
Is it possible, for example, let's say you are in level 2, unconsciously without knowing the levels, and then what you're doing, your actions are the actions of a level 4 individual. Is it possible for you to succeed?
So you know that you're in level 2 or level 3 and you're taking actions from level 4.
Yes.
It's possible, but I think that your success will be superficial and it will not last. It will be empty. You understand? Because number one, trust human beings. When they'll see that, they'll be like, who is that self? Who are you? And we are in a society where people like to verify. They just see and they go and Google search, okay, where is this one coming from? And if they don't see any track record, because one thing that amplifies visibility is track record. You understand? So when they don't see any track record, it's normal. It's like, okay, they will just ignore you. And then whatever action you're doing like example, I'll give you the example. Let's look at the example of Brenda. Like she was featured on Cameroon Tribune. The truth is that the length of that staying on the news for people around her, it was very short, because only friends and family members who know the work that she does celebrated that, and that is it. But it now becomes different if she features on Cameroon Tribune that she wants or let's say the award that she won in South Africa, for example, and local bloggers know her. Number one, local blogs are going to pick it. One of the things that, for example, many of my news stays for a while in the country is that when something happens, newspapers pick it, and sometimes when they pick it, they're gonna release it on different dates. And the more that happens, that's how the influence spread consistently throughout that week or throughout that month and all of that. But there are some people that when something happens, it can just for 2 days and the news ends, is dead. It's not sustainable. You get the process. So you can take action at the national level, but that's sustainability, because one thing about brand leadership or you succeeding in your industry is how you can sustain attention. And the rate of how you can sustain attention is influenced by the kind of community or the kind of loyal fans that you have built throughout your journey. Or the kind of platforms that, like for example, when you have passed level 3, if something happens to you nationally, the local radio, like something used to happen to me nationally, and local radio stations in Banso, they're going to read on news as news. You get a difference? It's the same now, like when something happened, like I did the events in Dubai and Middle, I spoke in different forums internationally, where anytime that happens, a newspaper in Cameroon always picks it as news. You see, Cameroonian consultant and speakers spoke in this and social events. You get the concept? Because they want to attract that value also and advance their own platform with it. That's number one. Number two, that's somebody that been saying, okay, they've been seeing you here around here, but this is where you are. So it's big news for the community too. So that there's a big disadvantage in skipping stages. That's what I can say about visibility. There's a big disadvantage in skipping stages. This has even happened to influencers who are like, for example, like influencers. Like boom, because of social media, they get to go viral, just go viral everywhere nationally, but they have no local base. And the time that they stop producing content, people just forget them. There are many influencers that we have forgotten them. They were popular everywhere last year, but we've forgotten them already this year. And we are focused on new people right now. That's a challenge with you skipping levels. I mean, you can, like in Cameroon comedy and even social media influencers. There are guys who are popular last year, and new guys have come up this year. We are forgotten, or we are even about to forget that they ever existed. But when you conquer it locally, when you conquer it gradually, one step at a time, or even if you get that influence and you are intentional with the right knowledge to go back and ensure that you conquer the base, you conquer the streets, you conquer your community, your quarter, you conquer your little town, you conquer that. Whatever happens, trust me, your influence will always be sustainable for years and years. That is the power of visibility. Visibility that you cannot sustain consistently has a problem. It's superficial and it's not going to be powerful. It's not going to be relevant. Okay, then there's a question on the chat box. What can you say about someone who does not want to be a brand leader? They just want to live a normal life. Is it strange? No, it's not strange. It's not strange. That's your decision. The session is for those who want more. There are people who are okay with average lives. They're okay with, growing up, getting a normal job, getting a normal car, getting a normal house, and then they just leave and then they die, and then they're okay with that. Not everybody has that purpose or that desire or that ambition to be influential or to contribute massively to the society as far as being in a leadership position is concerned. It's totally normal. It's a personal decision. There's nothing strange. People are okay with that. The challenge is some people start at the beginning and they think that they are okay with a normal life. Meanwhile, it is low self-esteem empowering that kind of thinking. Sometimes they secretly want more, but low self-esteem and doubt is making them just tell people, no, I'm okay the way I am. I just want my normal life. I don't want me stressed within my life. But the truth is, every human being likes success. They like to be recognized and celebrated. They like to be influential in a way they can contribute significantly to that. But the few who don't want it, there's nothing wrong with you. That is cool. Those who want to be leaders, you're going to work for them. After even those who want it, that don't even know how to do it, they end up being just average, and they end up being just normal. Let me not say normal. They end up being good supporters and being influential from the back seat. Right? So there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be normal, fine. It's good. Go and enjoy a normal, boring life. That's what you want. Okay. Yes, Terence, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. It's a follow-up from Terence's question.
Okay.
How do you pick a right niche? How do you pick a right niche? Because from your explanation, I've understood that the right niche is primordial for your success.
Yeah.
How do you pick the right niche from the beginning?
There are many ways. Every niche is right. The point is, are you committed to it? The point is, are you passionate about it? Are you dedicated to it? You can pick a niche based on the problem that you have seen in the society and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to solve this problem. That's a niche that you have picked. You can pick a niche from your passion. I like to do things like this. Okay. Develop a framework, model it, structure it, and dedicate the rest of your life to do it. You get a point? So that's how you can pick the right niche. You can even be through education. Because, okay, since I studied this thing, okay, let me specialize on this thing for the rest of my life. That can still be a niche for you. So it can be through problem solving, it can be through passion, it can be through experiences, it can be through education, it can be through something that just happened and exposure. It's okay, you know what, I want to do this. Okay, every niche is right based on it's you to make the decision. It's you to make the decision. What do you want to dedicate the rest of your life to do as a professional in that particular field? Once you climb that brand leadership and maybe you're in level 4, will you have to always come and maintain the previous level? The truth is that I think you get to maintain it unconsciously, and since you have grown above them, above that level, they'll always look up to you for inspiration. They always look up to you for advice. They always look up to you for many things. So sometimes by default, your consistent rising or consistent visibility in the next level, you can use it to feed your previous level. For example, there are many articles that different bloggers write about me, and they just write. They don't even consult me. They just feature because it's content for them and for their readers, right? But of course, you can still intentionally maintain that by maybe coming back to do work, to do community service, to do internship, to do events, to do any activity that you can always bring back that influence back to level 2, level 1, and all of that. You can always say, okay, you know what, I'm going back to my local church to do a youth conference. You go, and that's you maintaining and increasing influence around that visibility. You can go back and organize an event in your city and do that. You see, but the truth is that when you consistently advance level after level, when you're in the next level, the result and whatever you do in the next level automatically influences the rest of the levels that you have been working on. And that's why that is very beneficial to pass through the level after level, so that your actions in the next level or in the highest level according to your growth ladder, they can always influence the previous levels seamlessly without even you struggling to do anything. Okay, good. Yes, Mr. Omar.
Yeah, just another question from your explanation.
Yes.
Being involved in like 2 or more industries, right?
Yes.
And you discover that one aspect of your involvement in another industry is at a level 4.
Yes.
And the other industry is at a level 2. How best can you upscale the levels without taking the activities of a level 5 and bringing back to an industry that is still at level 2?
Okay, first of all, the first thing I would say is that every successful person has a primary industry. You get a point? And you can decide and focus on the primary industry and not even bother a lot about being the face of the other industry and bringing all the levels. You can decide and push somebody on your team. Let's say we have an employees example, to grow in that other industry, and you invest in their visibility to grow and command that particular industry while you just supervise. especially for those who have companies or institutions. You can do that. You get a point? But then, of course, there's a possibility of you using your visibility in another industry that you have advanced and grow the other industry. If there's that link that you can see. If there's no link, you have to consistently invest in the industry where you're still low as far as visibility is concerned, so they can move from one stage to another. You have to do that while you are still doing the work of maintaining the other stuff. Like for example, if you are following the current Fecafoot elections where Etofis is standing, now Etofis has grown from level to level as far as the football industry is concerned in him being a player. Now he's still within the same industry, but he's trying to go into administration and leadership and maybe politics per se. Now you're seeing that he's struggling. He has gone back to level 1, level 2, and all of that. He's visiting cities, he's going from one region to another, and all of that, and instilling visibility and growing right up to the national level now that he's standing for the presidential elections in Fecafoot. If you follow, you see that the last couple of weeks, he has been to Limbe, he has been to Marwa, he has been to all of these sub-regions. That was him building visibility as far as administration and politics is concerned in the sector of football. You see? So he did not, normally people would think that he should just use his influence of being a player and influence that stuff. It would not be sustainable. Whoever advised him to do that is very intelligent. If he just sat in his house and he was doing Facebook posts and doing videos and talking whatever, that influence will not be powerful and influential in a way to influence people to believe him. So despite already being in level 5, as far as global superstar is concerned in playing football, he had to go back and start investing from level 1, level 2, level 3, as far as building an administrative career and political career in football is concerned. How you get the concept? So sometimes, even though you're in level 5 or level 4 in another industry, and you're trying to build a second industry, you may have to come back and build that industry one level at a time, one step at a time, so that it's sustainable. I keep using the word sustainability. Whatever you're building as far as brand leadership is concerned, you need to ensure you are sustainable. There are many guys that they were popular last year, they are nowhere to be found this year. 2 years ago, they were everywhere on social media, but this year they are nowhere to be found. They did not know how to do the right things that can give them the right sustainability. And as I said, one of the best ways to establish sustainability is to conquer all the levels. If you have noticed you have skipped a level, let me tell you the truth. My genuine advice is go back and do actions that can cement your visibility in the level that you have skipped. It will help you in this journey. It will help you 5 years, 10 years from now. And it will help you to advance to the next visibility level in a tangible way that can bring you the success and the impact you are looking for.